Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed and only take resonates and leave the rest for what it's meant for, okay? So today I have a very light, good message for you guys, okay? So we were talking yesterday about how you had, an energy that you may have been mirroring, or, you guys are working out things as far as, relationships, etc. And so, okay, you have someone here who you were mirroring or you are mirroring, okay? And this is giving me a romantic energy. So as I said, because I don't know, for some of you, like I said, you are mirroring, okay? So this is both feminine and masculine, okay? Divine feminine, divine masculine. And I kind of have some other energy. And I also have, some other energies. And there are also, some other energies that are kind of integrated, interwoven into this message, but we will get to that when we get to it. But yeah, let me start off slow though, because, okay, so I have, once again, my little jigsaw of things here. So yeah, let's start off slow. So the first thing that I am initially feeling right now is that there was a lot that went unspoken, but a lot that was felt, okay? There's something very, very significant about your touch, about your hands, okay? The way that, you feel when this person touches you or when you touch them, there is something very interesting about, the synergy that is between you guys, the energy that is exchanged between one another when you guys touch, okay? And it's like, and this is an energy that we have picked up on before, but it's like, it's kind of like something that is felt and understood without actually needing to say it. But maybe, what it is that there was, some sort of hesitancy because of, those words not being voiced, okay, because of it not being voiced. And so although it was felt, there was still some sort of, maybe some sort of reassurance that was needed, some sort of reassurance that was needed. And it's like they had a lot of stored up emotion about you, okay? But this also could have been, it's like not only were they, storing a lot of emotion for you, towards you, but also may have been, like I said, some things from the past, right? So it's almost like they were trying to regulate themselves, kind of learning from, past experiences that they may have been through. And so it was kind of like they were trying not to repeat the same mistakes that they repeated before, wondering if this was, only desire, only something that they were temporarily desiring, if they were, mistaking lust for, some stronger, deeper feeling. And it's almost like they were trying to take their time to kind of analyze and see. It's almost like they were trying to analyze and see if maybe they were, creating something that wasn't there, okay? It's like it's almost like they couldn't believe what they were seeing, okay? They couldn't believe what they were seeing. They could not believe what they were seeing. And this is giving me very much love at first sight, okay? Now, I don't mean, love at first sight as in, okay, I see you for the first time and now I love you. That's not what I mean. But it's like you make this person feel very seen, and maybe, you felt very seen by them as well. Because it's like you guys are, when I say like mirrors of one another, I mean mirror souls, mirror minds, and like mirror heart, okay? Everything kind of mirrors one another. And so I'm getting that this could have been confusing because they didn't know if, maybe it was all in their head. Maybe it was something that they were, creating, because literally you are like something out of a dream, okay? You are something that they, you are literally something that was once in their imagination. It's like literally a figment of your imagination actually being in front of you, right? Being made reality. And you are literally their Cinderella, their Evangeline. And the thing that was burdening them the most was kind of like storing these emotions and not being able to actually voice those emotions. Like it was actually doing more harm than good. And also it's like the comfort that you brought this person was giving them, I feel like, anxiety, okay? Which was kind of making the energy feel a little, I don't know, very, very confusing, okay? It was a very, very confused energy because it's almost like, yes, literally, yes, I'm picturing them, doing the dance on the dance floor. And it's almost like that, okay? It's like you guys were doing a dance with one another, but it's almost like, those dances where you kind of dance around each other, but you never touch, okay? You never touch. I don't know what those dances are called, but it's some sort of, ballroom dance where you guys are you're dancing with one another, but you aren't touching, okay? You're in rhythm with one another. You're in harmony with one another. You're dancing to the same song, but you're not touching, okay? So it's kind of like that, kind of dancing around one another, kind of dancing around, the elephants, the big elephants that no one wants to address, but you guys are both thinking the same thing, okay? It's kind of what I'm getting. But there is something very, very significant about the way that you carry yourself also, right? Because like Cinderella, there is no one else who could fill your shoes, okay? There's no one else who could fill your shoes. And it's because they had a very, very specific image almost of, like I said, what they were, not like I said, sorry, not in this video, but they had a very, very specific image of what they were looking for, what they were desiring. and almost it's like you fit it perfectly, okay? You fit into it perfectly, almost a bit too perfect that they had to kind of sit and question. And it's like they were over analyzing to the point to where it was like it's like they talked themselves out of it, okay? Because like when you think too much, right? You think too much, you know, sometimes you don't kind of just trust that gut feeling. And like I said, it's like learning to trust yourself again, right? Having to trust yourself so that you can trust your gut feeling and your intuition, which because, yes, getting to know your shadow self, right? Because if you do not know your shadow self, if you do not know yourself fully, you also cannot trust yourself, right? So it's like they needed that time, they needed that time away to kind of, you know, relearn themselves, get to know some things about themselves and figure out exactly what they were feeling towards you. And nothing changed, okay? Nothing changed. The only thing that changed was them. But other than that, like everything else remains. It's coming out of that part where, you know, you cannot necessarily voice what you want to say because there was still an uncertainty, okay? There was still an uncertainty. And it's like, but now they are certain, okay? Now it's like, it's like literally. So the same way that it was burdening them before, you know, not being able to voice the things that they were feeling is the same thing that is burdening them now. Okay, so the same thing that was burdening them then is the same thing burdening them now, which is like not being able to actually voice and say what they want to, right? So they are ready to kind of get everything off their chest and speak from the heart is what I was getting, okay? They're also kind of ready to talk about, you know, their likes and dislikes, the things, you know, kind of getting like to the meatier parts that, or maybe, you know, remember how we were talking about yesterday about, you know, seeing things but not saying anything, okay? Seeing things but not saying anything. And it's kind of like that, because there are some people who it is very, very obvious that you like someone, right? You'll make it very, very obvious. And then there are other people you like someone and they may never know, okay? Unless you like actually voice it and tell them. Or maybe you are someone who you don't know unless someone literally like tells you, like they have to like shout it from the fucking rooftops, okay? Yeah, so you have some people who, you know, you like a person and I don't even want to use this example because it's like two very complete opposites, okay. So you know how some people, they like a person and they're like, oh, you know, I just stalked this guy, found out everything about him and yada yada. Bitch, I will not even look at your I will pay no attention to you. I'll pay no attention because I am preserving, if we're not in person, like I am preserving the little image that I have in my head, okay? I am preserving that. And it's like, so maybe kind of what I'm getting is that, yes, like I said, you guys were mirroring. So it's like almost, it's like not wanting that person to know how interested you are in them. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting, okay? Not wanting them to know how interested you are, or just kind of, I don't know, like y'all are just weird. It's like not wanting that person, you know, to know like exactly like how strong your feelings are, or not wanting them to, like I said, know how interested you are in them is literally the energy that I'm getting, okay? So, and this could be, you know, as a way to protect the self, okay? To protect the self, to protect the heart, you know, etc. It's kind of like a defense mechanism, all right? So there's the one thing that I was getting, but also likes and dislikes. Okay, one thing that I wanted to say, okay, because everybody be like, a man that tells me no is like, or like, you know how women, especially, you know, women who, you know, they're trying to seduce a man, get a man or whatever, and he tells them no. One thing about it, a man who says no is a good sign. I'm sorry, people be taking that as a red flag. No, a man that says no is a good sign because that means that he has standards, he has expectations, and he has boundaries. It also means that he's going to be a good leader, because if a man is telling you yes every single time, baby, like you will run both of y'all into the ground because he cannot stand up to you. Like, I'm sorry, I've always said that I don't want no man that I can walk all over. Like, that's just a no. That's a big no for me, okay? Yes, put your foot down. Like, put your foot down. That is, I'm so sorry, but that is sexy, okay? A man who can say no is sexy to me, okay? But that's just me. So I don't know. But anyways, so yes, it's like they are kind of ready to, you know, voice these things, and you know, it's like they're walking a little different, okay? Walking a little different, feeling a little different. Maybe they got some more confidence back or something like that. But also, these strong feelings that they were feeling towards you, or you know, things that they may not have been voicing, it's like they didn't want to. It's like they didn't want to feel like they were being possessive, or want you to feel like maybe they were being possessive in a way. But it's just like I said, it's a respect thing, okay? It is it's a respect thing. It's a boundary thing. So they could have just been holding themselves back from things of that sort. And for others of you, there is something to where it's like, maybe it's either something you were not seeing before, or there is something that you are seeing and you almost cannot believe your eyes, okay? You cannot believe what you are seeing, and this could have been because the blinders have been removed, okay? Like I said, love can blind you. So this does not have to be romantic, okay? But it's like something about what you are seeing. Whew. Yes. something about what you are seeing is surprising you, okay? It's like you cannot believe your eyes, because it's like you had an image in your head of someone because of the love that you had for them, which was blinding you, okay? So it's almost like it's almost giving like how did I miss it, right? Like, how did I miss it? Now, for some of you, I'm getting that this is a good thing. It's like, for some of you, I'm getting, why did I ever question it? But then for others of you, this is something like, how did I miss it? As in, like, what was I doing? Was I literally asleep? Was I sleepwalking? Okay, something that you were not seeing. Or maybe you saw it but never said anything. For some of you, you were holding yourself back from saying anything due to the fact that you do have love for this person, okay? But I'm getting that you are kind of coming out of that and you are choosing to speak up because you understand that, saying something is love, right? So you are no longer kind of sitting in that validating. You are choosing love over validation and enabling, okay? So you are no longer enabling people because you know that, sometimes saying the hard truth to people that you love is better than kind of allowing things to prolong and go on, right? Because you want someone, like, as someone, especially when we're talking about growth, right? You want someone to tell you what you need to hear, right? In order for you to grow, not simply what you want to hear and then have you looking foolish, okay? Yes, but that is pretty much the majority of the message that I have, okay? It's like, this person was always sure about you. They always knew. And it's like, maybe they felt like, it was a little too soon. Maybe they felt like, it wouldn't be reciprocated. Or yeah, maybe they did not want to scare you, okay? It's like you brought a different energy to this person's life, okay? And it was almost like a life-changing energy, okay? And I don't even know, like, it's literally like you, whew. The only way that I can describe it, because it is so hard to describe, it's something that you simply just have to experience. But it's almost like you literally like baptize this person with your love, okay? That's the only thing that I can say. That's the only way that I can put it, because it's so hard. I cannot even put it into words, okay? If I might come up with some better way to say it, once I get into, what I'm saying. But for now though, okay? For now, that is kind of it's just that now they're in a position where they feel like it is, it's easier to trust their hearts, okay? It's like you are their hearts, they are your hearts, etc., okay? And it's like, yes, like I feel like both of you guys maybe still had some healing to do, or it's just like now you're kind of in a position to where it's like both of your energy is healing, okay? So it's not one person, trying to heal the other. It's like literally everything is kind of contributing to the growth and the prosperity of this relationship, this unionship, whatever you want to call it, okay? But that is all I have for you guys. All right, if you enjoyed this message, if you like my content, my channel, my energy, etc., I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you forgot to. I'll see you guys on next time. Love you all. Bye.